what is the relevance of foundation building? How foundation is important for us? Just imagine when you are actually building a house. Okay, what is the first thing that we do? A house or a building or a shopping mall or anything that we do is the foundation that we set. Okay, we set the foundation first, then only move towards the other things. Okay, so that is that much important it is. Just imagine if you don't know multiplication, and when you are actually advancing to other classes, how do you able to do the mathematical problems? Do you think you will be able to do that? You won't be able to do that. Why? Because you don't have the foundation. If you don't know the language, if you don't know the alphabets properly, and how do you think you can actually excel in the examination? You'll make a lot of mistakes. Foundation. There is a lack of foundation. So that much importance is there for this foundation aspect. Builds understanding. A strong foundation helps learners grasp the fundamental concepts, theories, and principles of a subject, making it easier to comprehend advanced subjects or advanced topics. Okay, so with that proper foundation only you can build on that. Knowledge is exactly like that. Knowledge is the thing that we are actually building. We are building. We have a foundational knowledge, and on that foundational knowledge, this is what knowledge. Okay, and I'll tell you when I'm discussing about memory, I'll tell you how this works. Okay, because first of all, you need to fix a foundation part. If you are actually learning about history, you have to have your own timelines in your mind. Okay, otherwise, what will happen when you're writing the examination, you will get confused. If you don't know the timeline of movement is like non-cooperation, civil disobedience, and the Quit India movement, then it is gone. If you're actually writing Quit India movement at the beginning, then it's gone. Your foundation is. If you are confusing with the non-cooperation movement and 1857 revolt, you are actually confusing the things because the foundation is lacking. Now, it enhances retention. It boosts confidence. It boosts confidence. I think you can connect this. Okay, when you are in a group, when you are with your friends, okay, you may be discussing about an academic topic or whatever it is. If you don't have anything to say about it, that means if you don't know about it, it's not good for us, right? We will feel bad, okay, because others are actually talking about that topic and you are not able to contribute towards that, which makes us really bad. And have the foundation to talk about, right? And if suddenly then if they are talking about Rajinikanth or if they are talking about a movie, a recent movie, then you will be able to contribute because you might have watched that. It will give you confidence, right? If you know the foundation, that will give you confidence. This thing also you can relate when you are actually moving from one standard to another. Suppose from 9th standard to 10th. When you are coming to 10th standard, some teachers, they have this tendency to ask questions from 9th standard. They will ask, and if you are confident in the 9th standard concepts and if you have studied it properly, if you had that foundation, definitely you will, respond to that or react to that. And if you are able to do it in the right manner, you will feel confident, right? So it's exactly the same. It will boost your confidence and it also enhances retention. Okay, if the connection is not strong, then you will forget. If you have proper foundation, then you're building on that, your connection is strong. Okay, then just that it will be retained in your memory. So a solid foundation will help you to enhance your retention. Okay, it will retain your memory, but retention actually needs more revisions. Okay, you need to do it again and again. So this is very, very important concept. That is, repetition is very, very important in studies. You may be studying something in the class, but you have that confidence that, okay, I have studied, be able to write it in the examination. Maybe the examination will be coming after 3 months, and the day before the examination, if you're taking that particular text after your classes 3 months before, after that you will be blank, absolutely blank, because you don't know that day before 3 months in the class you performed really well. You might be the person who have actually cleared that particular question in the class first. Okay, that you might have got the best mark in that particular topic or in that examination. Absolutely fine, but you didn't revise that properly. That is, there was no repetition happening. So that is why you are actually struggling before the examination. So repetition is really, really important because every day we are adding more and more information to our brain. Okay, to our memory, everything is added. And don't think that whatever you're studying only it will be added to our memory. Everything is added to your memory. Your surroundings will be added to your memory. Your conversation with your parents, with your friends, with your brother, sister, everything is added to your memory. All our information, right? So everything is added to your memory. So if you are not properly revisiting it, definitely you will lose it. You will actually forget it. So revision is very, very important. So these two important components of the foundation. Then reduces learning gap. Okay, a strong foundation helps bridge gaps in knowledge, ensuring that learners can easily transition from one level of the study to the next. So you might have heard about bridge courses, right? Bridge courses. When you're actually going from 10th standard to 11th standard, there are bridge courses. When you're going from 6th standard to 7th standard, bridge courses. 7 to 8 bridge courses. What is this bridge courses? Bridge is something which actually connects you from one place to another, right? So from 7th class to 8th class, when you are moving, if you don't have proper foundation in the 7th class, through the bridge course, they are actually giving an overview. They are actually giving your foundation more clear in the 7th standard, so that you are well equipped to go to the 8th standard. So that is bridge classes. These are learning gap. If you don't have this, then there is a gap, because you don't know anything in the 7th standard and you are coming to 8th standard, then there is a gap. You are not able to fill that gap because you don't have the resources for that, right? So it reduces gap. A strong foundation, it reduces gap. Why I am telling this? What is the foundation for civil service examination? Okay, if the examination as such, what is the foundation that we need for the civil service examination? According to you, it might be different for different people, but according to you, what is the exact foundation needed for civil service examination? You can just put it in the chat section. If you go and ask any civil service officer, if you go and ask any civil service trainer, they will tell you only one answer for this: NCERT. Okay, NCERT from class to 6 to class 12 is the foundation for civil service examination, because there lies the strong foundation for you. If you are absolutely clear about the NCERT concepts, then it is easy. Your journey is really easy. Okay, you may think that NCERT is not that important, but if you go through NCERT thoroughly, I'm pretty sure, 100% confident that you will be able to clear this examination in a very easy manner, and your preparation will become 3x productive or 10x productive. Okay, so make sure that each one of you are going through the foundation. Okay, that is reducing gaps, then facilitates application and fosters adaptability. Very important. A strong foundation allows learners to apply what they have learned in practical situations, whether it's in academia, work, or daily life. Okay, so without foundation, you won't be able to apply the concepts. That's very important. And adaptability. A strong foundation allows learners to adapt to changing circumstances and new information more readily. If you have strong foundation, then it is easy for you to change the upper things. Okay, the upper structure, you are able to change it because the foundation is clear. You are able to do that. So this is it. So now you have to think about it. Okay, all of you are from different background. All of you, your learning capabilities are different. All of your foundational levels are different. Okay, so you know the subjects in the civil services examination. Subjects in civil services. So which all subjects you find that you are having a gap in foundation? You can write it in your textbook that I have already told you. You have a notebook. You need to have a notebook. But you just think and write. What are the subjects that you think you lack foundation? What are the subjects you think that you lack foundation? Sometimes the subjects, it may not be the subject, it may be a topic. So it can also happen. So I'll give you 2 minutes time. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes time. Just write down the points. Okay, this is to make you conscious about it. Okay, this is a time for you to think about it. What are the subjects or what are the topics that you don't have foundation, that you feel like? You can write it. Some of you are in the process, in the journey of civil service examination. So whatever you have studied till now, wherever you lack that foundation, you can write it. Okay, some of you have already prepared 1 time or 2 times, so you can write where you are actually lacking your foundation. You are lacking foundation. Whatever subjects that you are lacking foundation, you can do that. Okay, You can do that throughout in your preparation, and you have to do it. Without understanding where we stand, no, you won't be able to make any changes in your preparation. If you want to make some changes, if you want to make some improvements in your preparation, you should know where you stand. Okay, so do that. Okay, very, very important. Now, coming to the next part of the discussion, support critical thinking. It's regarding the foundation. So your critical thinking, how critical thinking acts. Okay, in this examination process, I'll tell you. Critical thinking is very important. Why? Because you need to evaluate things, you need to assess things, you need to comment on things. These are all keywords that you'll be able to see in the examination. In the mains examination, when you write, you will be able to see these words: assess, evaluate, write your opinion. So how do you do that? You need critical thinking there. Okay, and when you're going to interview, just make sure that you have your own opinion regarding something. Like if they're asking something, then if you don't have an opinion on that, you can say that, okay, definitely you can say that I don't know, I'll study that. I'm sorry, I need to improve on that. You can say that. That's what they really want. Okay, they don't need like people who are actually beating around. What they need is, you should be very clear, you should be very sincere towards yourself. If you don't know that, you should say you don't. Okay, but if you know something, and if you don't have a proper foundation on that, then it is very easy for you to make your opinion, make your perspective also, if you lack foundation. Okay, because you will get counter questions. There are chances. So here in the mains examination and in the interview stage, your critical thinking will be evaluated, and for that this contributes a lot. Foundation contributes a lot. So make sure that you are proper in your foundation setting. Okay, and one foundation you already mentioned, that is NCERT. Another foundation is newspaper. Okay, you cannot neglect newspaper. Newspaper is also a foundation, and every day it is updated. NCERT, it is not updated. That is one fortunate thing that you have. Okay, that is, it is not updated. It's not updated in the sense, already updated. The syllabus is updated, but it is already there. But it's not the case with newspaper. Every day a news is getting updated. Okay, every day you can see some kind of developments are happening. So newspaper is another important area that you need to have very important, very good focus. Okay, you need to have that grip, that particular area, newspaper. Now coming to learning, this foundation reduces learning barriers. Yes, absolutely true. Okay, there will be very less obstacles. If you are clear about what you are doing now, then you will face very less obstacles in your journey. Okay. It promotes lifelong learning. Very, very important. And we all are lifelong learners. Okay, none of us are like learning for today and then stop learning. Every day we are learning. One way or the other we are learning, but it may be like your academic learning, it may not happen. I'm not saying that it is happening every day, but you're learning one way or the other. You're learning something every day. You're searching about it, you're understanding that it's a learning. You're driving, you're learning to drive, it's a learning. Okay, you are trying to write a letter to your friend or an official letter, you're learning. Okay, you are trying to learn a new coding language, you're learning. So everything there is learning. How you are actually talking to your people, you're learning. You learn to speak. Everything is learning. So you are a lifelong learner. All of us are lifelong learners. Okay, now I'm learning. Okay, so through interaction with you people, I'm learning. For every day when I'm taking a class, I have to learn a lot. With my already existing understanding, I won't be able to take a session. I have to update on that. I have to go through the more important recent trends regarding that particular area. Then only I can actually take a session for you. So today also I've done a lot of research on this. Then only I'm actually taking this session. Okay. So we are all lifelong learners, and proper foundation actually enhances and promotes this lifelong learning. Now coming to the communication aspect, it improves communication. Okay. It's an important tool for improving your communication. A strong foundation in language, grammar, and communication skills is vital for effective expression and comprehension. So you have something called as comprehension, English comprehension in CSAT paper, which you may think that it is a qualifying paper. See, GS2 is a qualifying paper, but that is the paper that eliminates most of the people in that competition. Okay, I've already told you that it is like around 4 lakh people will be writing this examination. And out of that 4 lakh people, they only need around 15,000 people for this means. Out of 4 lakh people, they only need around 15,000 people. So a lot of people will be eliminated in that particular stage. So how they are doing it? One thing, they do it through the GS1 paper, that is the general knowledge. What is their understanding regarding the general knowledge, how they are actually evaluating things, how they are actually organizing things, what is their opinion regarding it, how is their memory. So they will check all these things. Another important one is the GS2 paper, which is famously known as CSAT paper. In that, basic maths are there, mental ability is there, English comprehension is there. Area also, if it is a qualifying paper, because if you qualify that paper only, your GS1 paper will be evaluated. So there itself, lakhs of people are eliminated. So you need to be very, very clear about it. You need to have very good command over language. Okay, then encourages exploration. Okay, a strong foundation, people with strong foundation only can explore things. So how the scientists people work, scientists, they might have knowledge about the minute aspects regarding their area. Then only they can actually work on their area, right? So strong foundation is really, 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 really important. Okay, please keep that in mind. Why I am telling this now? Coming to our examination perspective. When you are preparing for this exam, whenever you are actually going through any subject, if you feel like you are lacking, it is boring, or there is some problem with this particular topic, I'm not able to follow this. If you have any type of these thoughts that comes to your mind, please be aware and please be conscious that there is some problem with the foundation. There will be some problem with the foundation part. So if you read it again and again, nothing will happen, nothing will change, because you are trying to build something without foundation. So what you need to do, you have to search for its foundation. Where is the foundation for that? Go back, search it, build that foundation, come back and learn it. And for this, you don't need to do it alone, right? You don't need to go and search alone. If you can actually ask people, your friends, those who are actually preparing, you can ask them, okay, do you know what is the foundation needed for this? They will be able to tell you. It's a very good environment where you can actually share and care. Right? They're sharing your knowledge, okay? And getting that knowledge from others. So it's very, very important to do that. Whenever you feel like you're not able to focus on something, you're not able to follow something, it's because there is some problem with the foundation. That is not a problem at all. That is not your problem. It happens to everyone. Okay, there are people who lack foundation in many fields. Maybe for history, somebody may not be having a problem with the foundation. But when it comes to physics, they will definitely have problem. Those who are actually having very good, strong foundation in physics, they may not be having good command over quality. They may not be having good command over economics. So they need to check, recheck, revisit, learn, unlearn those subjects. Then only their foundation will be proper. So anytime when you are actually preparing for this, when you feel like you are not getting that connection, when you feel like you are not able to focus, when you feel like you are not able to get the crux of this particular concept, go back to the foundation and try to understand. Okay, it's very, very, very important, and that's the main important message I wanted to tell you. Okay, foundation is very, very important. Don't think like it's NCERT, I have already studied it. Please don't have that attitude, because that will actually end up in problem. So just go back and learn it. Okay, so that's the only thing that we can do. If you are a learner, then there is no problem in taking that knowledge from anyone. Okay, you don't need to be worried about that. You don't need to have an ego for that. Okay, so very, very important. It supports skill development. Very, very important. Okay, foundation, a strong foundation is really required for skill development. Okay. A strong foundation is the bedrock of effective learning, enabling learners to understand, retain, and apply knowledge while also fostering critical thinking, adaptability, and a lifelong love for learning. These concepts are very important. Effective learning, it helps in effective learning. It enables learners in understanding, retaining, and applying knowledge. And it also fosters critical thinking, adaptability, and lifelong learning. You may think that it is not that important. But now think about it. It is very, 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 very important. Many of the people are actually don't understanding this. Foundation. There is no problem in going back to our roots. There is no problem in going back to your previous classes and understanding that. There is no problem in that. We are all human beings. We will have problems like memory. We will forget something because we are not revisiting everything. So this happens. It's not at all a problem. And for some people, no, they are actually coming from engineering background for writing this examination. And most of the things that is covered in civil service examination is from social science background. So it is difficult for them because they were following science subjects for more than 6 to 7 years. And now suddenly they are coming to this particular environment. It will be difficult for them. So they have to go back and check the foundation. So if you are actually from social science background, when you are learning about this rocket science, etc., because you have to learn about it. No, some aspects of that you need to have an understanding in science and technology. And you might be losing connection. Why? Because you didn't study that. You didn't study it for a long time. And you need to go back and understand the roots, understand the foundation. And people will be there to help you in that. Your teachers will be there to help you, or your friends will be there to help you. And it's the best way to friends, combined study. Just learn it. Tuck, it will go on. Okay, you'll be able to understand that. Okay, so foundation is that much important. Please keep that in mind. You have to build that strong foundation. Okay, if some of you are stuck in your preparation, check this, whether you have proper foundation or not. If you don't think about the time. You have enough time to prepare for this examination. Don't think about that. Because you are again revisiting a foundation. It does not need that much time to cover that. Go back. Prepare a proper timetable for that and then finish it. Okay? Very, very, very important.